This is the business of innovation. Here is Maria Bartiromo.
Tonight, we've brought together some luminaries to shed a little light on the Innovation Challenge. At Procter & Gamble, innovation has become a bit of an obsession, and Larry Huston was the man in charge. As Vice President of Innovation, he was in charge of the company's strategy to generate ideas from outside the company. P&G has been called the world's #1 brand company, with household names like Ivory Soap, Tide, Crest, and Pampers, just to name a few. Larry, how about you? Procter & Gamble has been such a large, old company, and yet you fell on hard times, and then you turned it around. How did you do it?
Well, good point. Our CEO, A.G. Lafley, came in 6 years ago, and from an innovation standpoint, really challenged us to get a lot more of our innovation from outside the company. Most companies just go and try to invent everything themselves when we've really learned the tremendous talent that exists all over the world.
So let me throw this question out to all of you, actually. Do you believe that our automobile companies were blinded by the past, or that there was almost an arrogance of power that prevented their leaders from innovative changes?
Toyota is the machine that changed the world. I mean, delivering products that customers really wanted with minimum resources and minimum time, and we can all learn from that.
Maria, I think I've been to Toyota when we were really trying to develop our innovation model, and one of the things that's really remarkable is the way they leverage their supply base to innovate.
It is hard to find any company on more of a roll these days than Toyota. Having already passed Ford, there's now talk it might pass General Motors in 2007 as the #1 automaker.
This year, roughly 70 million cars, trucks, and SUVs will be built around the world, almost 8,000 every hour. And no company is expected to build more or do it more efficiently than Toyota.
Do customers really know best?
The feedback doesn't come necessarily verbally in terms of them telling us what they want.
How do companies tap into this hidden potential to learn what consumers really want?
What you care about are what are the problems that consumers have, because consumers can't really tell you what they want, but they have problems. And what you've really got to look at is what are the problems that consumers are having. Consumers, in my experience, aren't successful product designers. Okay, they don't design products successfully.
Part of innovating within any company must be the idea of selling that idea both internally and externally. And some companies are going in new directions to do just that. Here's Julia Borston.
Good old Procter & Gamble, known for squeaky clean ad campaigns, shelled out $1 million to scandalize and entertain, secretly planting a fake documentary about men with cramps all over the web.
Male menstrual cramps.
Then building a parody website on a men with cramps medical study, all part of P&G's advertising evolution.
P&G for years has been, marketing this way and been so careful. They've been, always rated the most boring creative on earth, for years. And then they went to Cannes and they won a few awards. I think, P&G views their future customers online. The internet obviously brings in youthful customers. And, why not?
All this to sell Thermacare heat pads. The consumer products giant didn't mention the heat pads in the videos for months, keeping a low profile and an authentic indie feel. And it worked with 11 million site views and downloads.
We had Larry Huston from Procter & Gamble on earlier. What is P&G doing right, Robert?
Just about everything at the moment, I would say. I think that in terms of breaking down the barriers between divisions, between business units, looking outside for ideas, creating an environment, rebranding, reinvigorating the brands there, I would give them an A+ at the current time. Also GE and other companies, too.
Gary?
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the big thing that Lafley's trying to blow up is this idea that ideas only start inside. Obviously, today they come from everywhere. You got to look at the world like this Lego kit of competencies and technologies and put them together in new ways. But I think it's also kind of challenging the notion that innovation always has to be really expensive and a bet the farm kind of thing. Innovation in a way is like anything else a business does. You have to be able to do it efficiently and cheaply, and that means borrowing ideas from outside.
One thing that we haven't talked about that P&G is getting right now is taking their traditional idea, which was innovation equals technological innovation. That is, something that could win in a white box, a new and improved product, and marrying that to a new appreciation of design and aesthetics. And my favorite example of this, because it's so mundane, is there is a gorgeous bottle that the Crest pro-health mouthwash comes in, and it looks like a perfume bottle or something. It's beautiful, and in the past, you know, just having a new alcohol-free mouthwash would have been enough for them. And today they're paying much more attention to those intangibles in the